Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedAlliance, and today I'm going to be doing an updated version of my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck profile. Now, this is kind of in honor of the new Blue Eyes support coming out in September of the new Legendary Duelists White Dragon Abyss Duelist pack coming out with all the new Blue Eyes White Dragon support in it. And I kind of wanted to get in a quick update of my Blue Eyes before all that comes out, to show you guys how to play it before it comes out, and then once it comes out, I'm going to do an updated version of this, probably somewhere in October after I get all the new stuff. So let's get straight on to this and see what I'm playing, and this deck is going to be really, really fun. And this deck is like one of those timeless decks that the meta really doesn't hit it. And this deck even won Worlds. But before we get into this, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that like button down there. And don't forget to hit the bell down there right here, so you guys can come on the notification squad. As soon as I drop my new Yu-Gi-Oh videos, you guys will get a notification. So, without further ado, let's get straight on to this. So, it wouldn't be a Blue Eyes deck, and we wouldn't be Seto Kaiba if we didn't play 3 copies of the Blue Eyes White Dragon. So we have to play 3 copies of Blue Eyes in this deck, because it's just, you know, the vanilla, and it's easily summoned in this deck, and it's really, really good. And you can only play the OG artwork. Don't play anything else but that. Like, you need the OG artwork. Then we play 3 copies of Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. Now this card's effect is that you can reveal a Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand to special summon this card from your hand, but you can only special summon 1 Alternative White Dragon per turn. Also, once per turn you can target 1 monster your opponent controls and destroy it, but he can't attack the turn that you do that. Then I'm choosing to play the Chaos Max variant, so I'm playing 3 copies of Chaos Max. The reason I play 3 Chaos Max instead of 2 is because I can trade in the Chaos Max, and I really, really, really want to get Chaos Max out on the field as quickly as possible. Just love this card. It does double piercing damage, and it cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects, which is really, really nice. So that's why we're playing Chaos Max, and it's a 4K walloping stick, so why not play it at 3? Then I play 1 copy of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. I know some people play this at 2, but I find just 1 is plenty for the moment. Basically, when this card is special summoned, you can banish 1 spell or trap card your opponent controls, and if your opponent controls a monster, quick effect, you contribute this card, special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand, which is really, really nice. I can't wait for Blue Eyes Solid Dragon. I think that's going to be really nice and really fun. And since we're playing Chaos Max, we're going to play 3 copies of Manju of the 10,000 Hands. This lets us add either our Ritual Spell card or our Ritual Monster, which is our Chaos Max, to our hand. So it's kind of like we're playing 6 copies of Chaos Max and a bunch of Ritual Spells to add our Chaos Max to our hand. Then we play 3 copies of the White Stone of Ancient. The White Stone of Ancient is our first tuner of the deck, which we play 8 tuners in this deck, I believe. And then its effect is that once per turn during the end phase, if this card is in your graveyard, because it was sent there this turn, you can special summon 1 Blue Eyes monster from your deck, which is really, really cool. I really love that effect because it lets you special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon directly from your deck. And then, if it's in your graveyard, you can banish this card from your grave, then target 1 Blue Eyes monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand, which is really nice, because if you trade in, like, Alternative White, or Alternative White gets into the grave and you got a Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand, or you have a dead Alternative White in your hand, but you have a Blue Eyes White Dragon in your grave, you can add the one you need from your grave to your hand to get the other one to be live, which is nice. Then we play 1 copy of the White Stone of Legend. This just lets us add a Blue Eyes White Dragon from our deck to the hand if it's sent to the grave. Then we play 3 copies of Sage with Eyes of Blue. Now this card is really, really cool. Its effect is that when this card is normal summon, you can add a light level 1 tuner monster from your deck to your hand, except another copy of itself. You can also discard him, then target 1 effect monster you control, send it to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon Blue Eyes monster from your deck, which is really, really cool. I really love that effect. I think it's really cool because you can send it to the graveyard, target like a stone, special summon out of Blue Eyes, and then the end phase special summon another Blue Eyes, which is awesome. And then since it's searchable with Sage with Eyes of Blue, we play 1 copy of Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler is just a good one-of in this deck because it's searchable with Sage and it's always live. I don't think you need more than 1 copy of it, so that's why I just play 1. But that's it for all the monsters. Let's get into the spells, guys. So that's pretty good lineup for the monsters. So let's get into the spells. So we play one copy of Monster Reborn because it's Monster Reborn, and we have so much revival in this deck, it's ridiculous. Then we play one copy of Dragon's Mirror because I have a little tech I will show you guys. And if you guys have seen my other videos, you know where this is going. So you guys know. One copy of Cards of Consonance because we play 4 of the eggs. We play 3 of the Ancients and 1 of the Legend, so it's a good card to discard it. And I mean, come on, it's even got the White Stone of Legend on it. It's like telling us what to do with this card. Then we play 2 copies of Silver's Cry. Silver's Cry is another one of those revival cards. It lets you target a dragon normal monster in your graveyard and special summon it, which is really nice. Side note, Dragon Spirit of White actually counts as a normal monster when it's in the grave, so that's pretty neat. So it's actually live with Dragon or Silver's Cry. Then we play 2 copies of Chaos Form. This is a really interesting ritual spell, and I really love the way that they made this card. This card can be used to ritual summon any Chaos or Blackluster Soldier ritual monster. They still haven't done an interesting Chaos Form of Blackluster Soldier, which I think would be interesting. But you must also tribute monsters from your hand or field, or banish Blue Eyes White Dragon or Dark Magician from your graveyard, whose total levels exactly equal the level of Chaos or Blackluster Soldier ritual monsters you ritual summon, which is nice because, like, if you have a Blue Eyes White Dragon in the grave, late game this is awesome because you just activate this, summon your Chaos Max for pretty much for free, which is this, which is nice. And I've gotten consistently at least 2 Chaos Max on the field with this deck pretty easily. Then I play 3 copies of Advanced Ritual Art. I don't know why you wouldn't play 3 copies of this. I know I've played less in the past, but now with like the ease of summon with this, it doesn't matter if it's dead late game because you're going to discard it with Melody if you don't need it or something like that, or set it as a bluff and they'll think it's like Floodgate or something. I don't play Floodgate anymore, and I don't play Swords of Concealing Light anymore because I just find like too many people are link summoning and I just want to beat over their stuff with Chaos Max anyways, so I don't play it anymore. But Advanced Ritual Art lets you send a normal monster from your deck to the grave to ritual summon a ritual monster, which is cool. Then we play 3 copies of Melody of Awakening Dragons. This lets us search basically every single dragon in the deck. If it has 2,500 attack, no, if it has 3,000 attack or more, or 2,500 or less defense, you can add it direct to your hand, but you get to add 2 dragons off of this card, which is cool. We play 3 copies of Trade-In because everything is level 8, just about, except for our tuners and our Manjus. So we have a lot of targets. I believe we have 10 targets for Trade-In. So Trade-In is very, 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 very live in this deck. So that's why we play 3 copies of it. And then just for a little bit more revival and protection, we play 3 copies of Return of the Dragon Lords. Return of the Dragon Lords lets us revive a level 7 or 8 dragon monster that's in our graveyard and special summon it to the field. And if a dragon monster you control will be destroyed by battle, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. Or if it's going to be destroyed by a card effect. So it protects them all at once too, which is really interesting. So like if your opponent flips a Mirror Force against all your Blue Eyes, you can just activate this and protect them all. Which is really, really, really cool. But that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck, and I'll show off what I'm playing in there. This deck goes pretty quickly anyways in the profile because it's pretty self-explanatory. A lot of people know what Blue Eyes White Dragon does because it's so iconic of a deck. And, like, everybody and their brother has, like, played this deck or played against this deck. Heck, I even have 2 copies of this deck sitting around in my house. I have 1 for me and 1 for Savannah. So, I mean, like... And if you guys want to see Savannah's build, just comment down below and we'll show off Savannah's build too. It's a little bit different because she doesn't play Chaos Max in her. She just plays her straight, but I play mine with Chaos Max. I just think it's too cool. So anyways, we play 2 copies of Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. I need to get another secret rare one. I got an Ultra and a secret, but I need to get another secret one. This card's really interesting because neither player can special summon more than 2 monsters at the same time, which basically it stops your opponent from pendulum summoning a lot. This came out when pendulum summoning was a thing in Shining Victories. And during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated in the graveyard, you can negate the activation. And then during either player's turn, you contribute this card that's been synchro summoned to special summon 1 light dragon synchro monster from your extra deck in defense position, which is really neat, and I'll show you guys the targets for that in just a second. So then we play 1 copy of Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. This is actually a target for Spirit Dragon, and usually the card you're going to go off with Spirit Dragon. When this card is special summoned, dragon-type monsters currently on the field cannot be targeted or destroyed by any card effects, which is really, really nice. Really nice until the end of the next end phase. And then once returned during your standby phase, you can target one normal dragon monster in your graveyard and special summon it, which is really cool. Then we play one copy of Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. This card is really, really easy to get out in this deck. Like, really easy. This plus Chaos Max just wins you games. Super easy. Basically negates monster effects. Then we play one copy of Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. This is our other target alongside the Azure Eyes to special summon out. And that's it for the Synchros. I don't play a heck of a lot of Synchros in this deck. I know I probably should play a couple of more, like Cloud Castle to go into VFD, but I don't. You can if you want to, if you don't want to play Dragon's Mirror, but I just love Dragon's Mirror because I could summon this. I play 3 copies of Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Now, this is my target for Dragon's Mirror. I know it eats up 3 slots in my extra deck, but you don't need your extra deck as much as you do getting Chaos Max out in this deck. That's my big focus. Also, if you guys have not read this card has literally won me tournaments with just this one card. Like, late game, you activate Dragon's Mirror, you top deck Dragon's Mirror, you win with this. At the end of the damage step, if this card is the only face-up card you control, and this fusion summon card attacked, you can send another Blue Eyes fusion monster from your extra deck to the grave. This card can attack again in a row. This effect can be used twice per turn, and during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that targets a Blue Eyes monsters you control, you can banish this card from your graveyard, negate the activation if you do destroy it. So if it's going to be targeted, you can banish another copy of itself from the grave, which is cool. Plus, it can attack up to 3 times. That's why I play it. It can OTK like crazy. It's easy to OTK your opponent with this, and I don't know why more people don't play this. Plus, you're playing Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon in the extra deck. I mean, like, how cool is that? So, like, I mean, it's just neat to play this. Then I play Twin Burst, which is basically like the Contact Fusion version of it, but you can still use Dragon's Mirror to go into this. Basically, it can attack twice, and if it battles a monster, you can destroy or banish it instead, which is neat. But yeah, I mean, it's really cool, and it can't be destroyed by battle, which is really, really, really neat. I really love this card. It's really neat. Then I play one copy of Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Photon, and we play a Galaxy Eyes package, which is this, Cypher Blade and Cypher Dragon, because you make Cypher, then you go into Cypher Blade, and then you go into Photon Full Armor, because you just overlay them on top of one another, and you get free pops and stuff. Then I play one number 38, Hope Harboring Dragon Titanic Galaxy. This negates spells and stuff, so that's why you play it. Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand, because it's a safe bet to make it. And then number 23, Lancelot Dark Knight of the Underworld, because it can attack your opponent directly, and it can pop spells and traps. And you can, wait, let me see. It's, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls and destroy it by detaching a material. And then once returned during your player's turn, when a spell or trap is activated or another monster effect is activated, detach an XYZ from this card and negate it. Usually I'll make this with Chaos Max. This is my card to go into. And this wins me so many games. Like, it's ridiculous. But anyways, guys, that's it for the Blue Eyes deck profile. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. I always enjoy taking my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. And I really recommend, if you haven't played Neo Chaos Max, or not Neo Chaos Max, but Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, play it. Give it a try. It's really, really nice, and it wins games. Like, I won a tournament because of that one card. Like, it was me against a Cyber Dragon player, and, like, turn 2, I had used, I had an alternative and 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons in grave. I top decked to that, I activated it, and I just blew him out. Like, he didn't know what hit him, but it was fun. It was really cool. And it was really surprising. I really respect that duel. That was a lot of fun. But anyways, guys, this is DarkArmed Duelist. I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. I really enjoyed taking it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell down there so you guys can see the next video. And I will see you guys in the next video. See you around, guys.